So I wanted to give solo hiking a shot. I pulled up to the Chimney Tops trailhead, spent an hour sorting through my gear, and then got started on the hike. I immediately happened upon this beautiful bridge with rushing water, and for the whole first day, I was right along water, which was great because I needed to filter. And then I reached my first intersection, and I had to consult my map. I am already so sweaty and it's only been 1 mile. I'm averaging about 2 miles an hour. It took me half an hour to get to the intersection. I got my handy dandy map here and we're trekking along. It is now 10:40. If I keep this pace, I should make it to the next intersection 2.5 miles away in an hour and a half. So let's put it at, oh my gosh, the way I can't do math, at noon. Around noon, I should be at the next intersection. Road Prong Trail definitely gave me a run for my money. It was uphill the whole way, and I did a total of 2,875 feet of climbing and 11 miles on my first day. Whew. Okay, I'm half an hour behind schedule, but I had a lot of elevation to cover and several river crossings. And so I made it to the intersection. Now we're gonna go on the Appalachian Trail. I wish I had appreciated seeing people in this parking lot as much as I should have, because I didn't know that the following 2 days I would see virtually no one. All right, it's exactly 2 o'clock and I made it to the next intersection, Fork Ridge Trail. Listen how quiet it is. It's so beautiful. Again, I had another intersection with a road where I decided to eat lunch. I ran into these 2 nice gentlemen that offered me water and warned me about the incoming thunderstorms, so people were really nice. Apparently there's a phenomenon where you don't get hungry when you first start a hike, and I think I experienced that because I did not eat much. 5 more miles after lunch and I arrived at my campsite, which was by this beautiful river. I will say one thing I appreciate about solo hiking was how much quicker and easier it was to set up and break down camp compared to going with a large group. The last time I did a hike of this length, it was with a group of 8 people, and it took hours to get ready in the morning and set up camp in the evenings. However, with that said, on the whole, I think after this experience, I still prefer backpacking with a group because I arrived at camp at 5 p.m. and I was in bed by 9 p.m. because it was getting dark and I didn't want to be out there alone by myself. So it's nice to be able to talk and joke around and sit by a fire with your friends at the end of a long hiking day. Being out there by myself, I still kept busy by doing your camping tasks of making dinner as pictured here and filtering water and getting the bear bag up. So there was still plenty to do. One thing about camping too is the food hits so much better on trail than it does in civilization. I've never tasted ramen so good as I did this night. Enjoying a meal in solitude was also really nice because I didn't have the distraction of my phone or other people. So I just got to look around and observe little things like the wind going through the trees and little bugs in the dirt. After dinner, I filtered water. This is the Sawyer water filter that I got from REI. I highly recommend. It's so small and lightweight, and this is my first time using it other than testing it at home. And I had no complications with it. One thing I do love about the Smoky Mountains was, although I had to pay, it was $8 a night for the campsites, they all included a bear bag hanging system, which made my life so much easier. I usually spend like 20 minutes trying to hang my own bear bag. So this was super easy. You literally just clip it onto a nearby tree, and it's on a pulley system. This is me celebrating my first time using this pulley system. And then I got ready for bed at the ripe time of 9 p.m., right when it got dark.
All right. Ooh. So night 1 is done. It was good. It rained like all night. And there were bugs flying in my eyes, hence the sunglasses. So now we're starting day 2. We're gonna go to Full Road Creek Trail. I double checked my bearings. Should be good to go.
Yeah. The start of day 2 was my favorite part of the entire weekend because I was hand-railing a river the whole time.
I reached a river crossing and I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time. I'm actually gonna take off my shoes and put on my water shoes.
I forgot to mention, within 20 minutes of starting my hike on the first day, I accidentally slipped in a river crossing and got really bad trench foot.
So there was a washout past campsite 54. So the trail kind of gets lost, but look for this P-cord handrail, and they put little arrows to indicate where to go. Over there as well. So yeah, this part was a little tricky.
So after finishing several river crossings, which are always my favorite part of any hike, I like the technical challenge, I had my lunch right on this bridge, which passed through the trail. On this day, I hadn't seen a single other person all day, which is a weird feeling because on an average day in society, you probably interact with like 20 or 30 people. And so it was kind of like meditative and introspective to have the trail to myself. I started listening to the rhythm of my footsteps, the rhythm of my water bottle clanking against the carabiner. I started looking for letters in nature, like V's that the tree branches made, or O's in like perfect circles. So it was interesting to play mind games with myself.
All right, I made it to the next intersection right here. I should be hitting Sunkota Ridge in 1.5 miles. It is now noon, so I'll aim to get there at 1:30. Wish me luck. All right, I reached the next intersection. It was 1.5 miles straight uphill the entire time, so I'm pretty exhausted. Now I'm navigating to see which way I'm gonna go. All right, I'm taking the Sunkota Ridge Trail northeast for about 5 miles until I hit the Thomas Divide Trail, and then I'll only be half a mile from camp. It is 1 p.m. 5 miles should take me 2.5 hours, so hopefully I'm at camp around 5 at the latest. It looks like the trail is blocked up ahead, so time to find a way around. Yikes. I just went downhill a little bit and I'm bush pushing to get back on the trail. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that spooked me a little bit. I tried going down and I didn't see the trail continue. So then I tried going uphill of the blockage. And I think I see it now down there. So you could kind of tell that somebody made a trail that's been trampled to maintain. This is like off trail. But yeah, it definitely continues. So uphill it is. I finally made it to camp for my second night. That was my second 11-mile day, and my feet are feeling it. My shoulders, my hips, my lungs, everything. So I'm gonna sleep good.
As you may have been able to tell in my tone in that video, my morale was a little down. I kept getting paranoid while I was walking about all of the things my parents warned me about. What if there was some crazy weirdo out there that would murder me? What if I ran into a bear? What if I got stung and had an allergic reaction and there was no one there to save me? So all of these things were kind of racing through my head. And I did have connection, so I did end up calling my mom and telling her that I might see if I could hitchhike the next day so I could get home a day early. Also, I was feeling a little spooked after I heard what sounded like gunshots during my hike earlier that day.
Good morning. Day 3. It also rained last night, and I left camp around 9 this morning. I just hiked 3 miles. It's 10:30, and I made it to the first intersection. I'm eating some snacks. So I'm taking Newfound Gap Road, or I'm gonna intersect with Newfound Gap Road in 3 miles. I might see if I can hitchhike, just because the weather looks like it could be getting bad and I don't want to get caught out here without a Garmin in a lightning storm. So we'll see if I have any luck with that. There's another landslide. This one's gonna be harder. You can see where the tree split up there. But there's no clear path down. And it's just through there. We'll figure this out. I ended up just muscling the bag over and then climbing over these branches. When in doubt, don't carry the pack.
So when I finally intersected Newfound Gap Road, I did in fact hitchhike, but I didn't hold my thumb out because I didn't want to be a target where anyone could come up to me. I just waited until someone pulled off to the side into the parking lot, saw that it was a woman and her partner, and asked them for a ride.
All right, some final reflections now that I'm back and I feel safe. Well, it was a trip, and I did enjoy it. That was not convincing. I did enjoy it though. And I learned a lot. I enjoyed relying only on myself, using all of the skills that I've learned about navigation, camping, water filtering, planning ahead, problem solving, being self-reliant, I think is a big difference with solo hiking compared to in the past when I've gone with a group. I felt like, and it was true, that I was in charge of my own fate. If I didn't filter water at the right time, I was gonna suffer the consequences and that sort of thing. So that was good. In terms of most other aspects, safety for sure, that's an issue when you go alone. I didn't have a Garmin. That's an issue. I definitely have to get one. Also, just in terms of passing the time when you get to camp, I meditated, I painted, I just sat and observed. And so those things are nice. I never really slow down and stuff. So that was a way that forced me to. But yeah, other than that, it's kind of it's nice to be able to enjoy camp with the people that you hike with. So yeah, overall, I think I'll probably stick to backpacking with other people, with friends in the future. I would be down to try a solo backpacking trip again. Just maybe not super soon. I need to recover from this one. But anyway, bye. Thanks for following along.